Hey Capricorns, welcome to July 2022. This is your forecast, and we're going to go through some of the highlights of this month. And if you like this kind of stuff, I am Lori, a whole sign holistic astrologer using whole sign houses. I just said that. Sorry guys, I've been going through this like all day. I'm at the tail end of my day and my videos. So please like and subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and don't forget to check my description box, sign up for my Cosmic Moonshine newsletter. Big giveaway, all 12 signs, 22 readings. You can get the whole thing, 12 hours of video, hour for each sign, free by signing up for my newsletter now, and it will be in your inbox right away, and you can just go ahead and watch those videos and share them with your friends. All right, moving on. I'm having like what I would call desk-bound anxiousness. I've been sitting at this desk for a long time. Let's move on to the highlights of this time frame for you, and I am doing you right now, Capricorns. So first of all, Capricorn Sun Moon, especially rising sign in the very merry month of July. What I want to point to is that there is this intense July 1st and July 2nd, Mars square Pluto. We haven't seen that since 2020, and this is back again. Mars is going to be in Aries, your fourth house of home and real estate. And you know what? Mars has been in your fourth house, Pluto, since May 24th, and he leaves on July 4th, 5th. This could bring conflict and fights with people in your domestic environment or people you're living with, some distress in the home, or maybe a building project in the home, but that kind of vibe. And you might want to go back to see what kind of stress you had in your home June of 2020 to January of 23, because that was a 6-month stay of Mars in your sixth house of home and domestic private life and where you live. Now, this little gnarly tension could just be a blow up of something with someone you live with in your house between you and them around the July 1st and 2nd. You know, I don't know if there's any way to diffuse it other than try not to just win for the sake of winning or be right because it feels good. You have a lot of power here. This Pluto in Capricorn is powerful. Mars in Aries is also powerful. There's two very powerful forces in a direct competition for some sort of upper hand. So I'm just going to encourage you here to use Mars wisely. And this other person in your household, maybe the one being the martial force, right? Like combating something, being argumentative. On a side note, at the same time on July 1st and July 2nd-ish, around that time, there's going to be a sextile between Uranus and Mercury, which can be exciting, surprising news of some sort. And this is going to be happening with the Taurus zone of your chart, where Uranus has been sitting since 2019. This is about your children or your romance or children or pregnancy, creations, business enterprise, creativity, money luck, buy that lottery ticket. And so Uranus is in this part of your sky, and he brings those surprises and unexpected changes. And it's going to be news coming from Mercury in your seventh house of significant business and love partnerships. Now, like, oh, honey, I'm pregnant, says the partner, right? Oh, no. Or, oh, yes, you know, or, you know, it usually isn't negative surprise when it's a sextile. It's usually a positive surprise coming through there as well. Or one of your children has a surprise for you that affects your relationship, possibly. But it's likely with Mercury in your seventh house of Cancer, this is some news from somebody else, business or love partner, maybe even a client, affecting you in your speculative money, risk-taking, money luck house. So hang on a sec. My daughter is pinging me, and she's not allowed to do that right now. Anyway, sorry about that, guys. And so, yeah, so that's that story. Let's keep moving on. I would think I want to draw some attention to the fact that, you know, you do have this Jupiter that's stationing all through the month of July, slowing down to turn around at the end of the month, but in your fourth house. And this could be really important. I mean, Jupiter's moving very slow. He's very close to Earth, and he's in the house of home and real estate. Now, normally this is a good thing, right? Even though there could be combat in arms in the house, this is expanding, growing, moving something forward in your home life. However, the retrograde is pending on July 28th. And you might have to go back over some old ground within the things you're doing in your home, from your home, and about your home. Or if you tried to sell a home and maybe you're wanting to sell a home, these themes are positive, but there could be some backtracking and going back over old ground regarding that coming up at the end of the month and into the month of August, September, and October. Otherwise, I also would say to you that the Jupiter energy that's really crunching down into that home spot of your chart and moving very slow, during the whole month, could really be also connecting in some way to the relationship that you're in, whether it's business or love relationship. Because at the same time, especially in the first half of July, you've got Mercury and the Sun moving through Cancer and Jupiter squaring them. So Jupiter will bring blessed endings if necessary. People don't know that. They think Jupiter's just all yes, 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 Mr. Yes, but he's not just Mr. Yes. Jupiter has a I'm showing you the chart. I didn't even want to do that. So sorry, like you get the special treatment. Jupiter is like the kind of guy, oh my God, guys, who will quit your relationship if he needs to. So I just want you to be aware of that. I just want you to know that Jupiter could say no thank you to a gnarly business relationship, love relationship when he's in a square to your seventh, especially given that the Sun and Mercury both move through that part of your sky in the first part of the month. All right, later on that changes, but in the first couple of months, weeks of July, watch out for that. Moving forward, the next thing I would like you to know about is that July the 8th, the 11th, the Sun will sextile Uranus. It's the same story as the Mercury sextile Uranus, but now it's much larger than all of that. It was a whisper of something new and surprising coming through email or text or something on July 1st and 2nd. And then between the 8th and 11th, the Sun is picking up steam in your seventh house. And this could be signing a contract, a legal agreement, or a deal from some kind of exciting, exhilarating, totally jazzed up vibe happening from Uranus in your fifth house of money luck. So, I mean, I don't know, maybe win the lottery, you have to sign the receiving of the money papers or something like that, or some opportunity comes to you romantically, and now you have to complete the storyline with more Uranus and Sun energy. Uranus is asking you to definitely be willing to be lucky here in love and lucky in money, but also to be breaking the rules as well. Things like polyamory, freedom loving, open relationship stuff can often happen when Uranus goes to the fifth or the seventh house. July 11th to the 15th, okay, Venus will be in a beautiful, beautiful trine, an air trine to Saturn in Aquarius. And this is a lovely, lovely energy of flow and harmony between money and love stories, enduring and lasting stories. Those are Saturn stories. So, the way this looks in your sky is that your Saturn has been going through your money house since December, earnings and money and possessions since December of 2020. And this is hard work. You're working hard for your money. You're probably beleaguered by now. But you're also trying to stabilize your spending and not overdo it. And so there's that. And now this Saturn that's been doing this kind of slog is getting a lovely, sweet, soft, flowing, and opportune, lucky trine energy from Venus in your sixth house. And so Venus is in the house of the work environment, and it could be a female colleague or employee or boss or somebody like that is going to lend some financial support to you or help you with your money story, or you get a promotion or a raise through your work environment. Something good is happening here. Also, your health can improve with Venus in your sixth house, and that's good, right? Because you've been working so darn hard that who doesn't need a health improvement? And Venus will be in your health part of your sky in July until July the 17th. So good for improving your health through laid back, enjoyable, pleasurable means as well. If you've been eating and drinking things you shouldn't, Venus will help you now stop that already. All right. Because Saturn is also trying to restrict your food and your things you eat and drink, because Saturn wants you to level up and be more sustainable in the types of things you ingest. And that's been ongoing for 2 years. I don't know how you're doing with that, but Venus is trying to support that as well until in July, until about the 17th of July. Mercury hits the heart of the Sun. It's called Gazimi on July 16th at about 24 degrees of the sign of Cancer. This is a very intuitive, insightful kind of event, but it's happening in the house of your significant others. So they may have a download, insight, aha that you hear about later that comes off of that June 16th, Mercury in the heart of the Sun with a trine to Neptune in the third house. So your partner could have business or love aha about a trip, an insight or revelation about something to do with your local neighborhood, those kinds of things. There is a moon, it's a full moon in Capricorn. Of course, that's your sign. So this is a big deal, but it happens once a year. And this full moon in Capricorn is going to occur in the sky on July 13th, conjunct Pluto. So it's near the end of Capricorn. And in your sky, you've had Pluto there since 2008, and you can't wait to get rid of him full time in 24. So he's just about done. But this is a full moon in the house of you, and it can be very revealing and insightful about things to do with your health, your body, your identity. Close to Pluto, though, almost like a death in my identity, you know, like a redo here. You know, I am a profession. I'm a husband. I'm a wife. I'm a brother. I'm some kind of fundamental sense of self is getting ready, maybe to complete or come to fullness, but then also sometimes endings. And with the full moon can also be very revealing, or you know, helping you see more clearly in the light of a full moon something about your identity that is coming to an end, maybe, or needs to change. Some of the seeds of that change happened 6 months earlier, where you might have had a clue that there was this identity change going to occur. And it's a full moon, so the sun in the seventh house, right? The moon lighting up in the first house of you. Some of this identity change may have to do with self and other, a relationship with a business or love partnership, maybe in flux here. Then there's two things at the end of the month. There's the gnarly, I call it the boom, the tinderbox of Mars conjunct Uranus and the North Node around July 31st. You're going to feel that as early as the 21st of July. And at the ending of, by August 5th, it's kind of waned out. And that's happening in Taurus, which is your romance, sexuality house, and your children, and your independent business enterprise, and your money speculation luck and investments as well, if you're speculating. Your inspiration for creativity, to the extent to which your earthly caps are that creative, this is a part of the sky where this happens. So there's a huge sort of disruptive, explosive energy here. Now, if you have a sexual partner or lover or boyfriend or someone you're dating, this explosive energy can be very destabilizing. I'm not going to lie, because I mean, Mars is like, you know, Mars, like conflict, you know, he's not in dignity, he's in Taurus, right? So it's like, he's not acting in his best way. And it's a fixed sign, by the way, and change doesn't want to happen in your romance house, for example, or with your children, but maybe you have to kick the kid out, or the kid explodes out, or a kid leaves home, or a kid comes back home, or a relationship romance falls apart, or your romantic partner confesses an affair. Don't know, guys. It's definitely intense. Okay, Capricorns, I'm just letting you know. However, there's a nice silver lining with the new moon in Leo, and it's in a trine to Jupiter on the 28th of July, lending a bit of yay at the end of the day, no matter what. And this is Leo for you. So that's your money house. Your eighth house is shared spousal money, inheritances, bank loans, mortgages, money you get in chunks that you don't necessarily work for. And this is a new beginning. And over the 6 months that follow, you're able to access more eighth house funds than you normally do. And the trine to Jupiter in your fourth house suggests real estate or home or land is involved. You may inherit something. This is also the legacy axis. So a parent passes and you inherit a property or some more money from an estate. You may also experience this as a property sale or purchase on your own, where money is coming through for buying and selling of real estate, and things are opening up in good ways for you in those areas for those months that I mentioned. Now, it doesn't always have to be buying and selling. It could be moving to a cheaper rental, for example, because they're benefiting you financially through something to do with your home and home life. And that seed of that new beginning is July the 28th. So if a kid moves out or your partner moves out and you don't need as big a place, such as making examples up, this could be you moving towards downsizing or something like that. Thanks, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising, for listening. I don't think I forgot anything of major importance. I would just say that July onward, like mid-July, July 19th, the end of the month, you do have Mercury in your eighth house, marketing, mercantile, merchandising, good for the stock market, but watch out for those downdrafts right now. But you may be doing some negotiating and some bartering and stuff around your back end of your investment structure sometime in the last 2 weeks of July. All right. Thanks for listening. And thanks for getting through this with me. And don't forget to like and subscribe and all that good stuff. Ciao, guys. Okay. I started on Aries, right? I'm almost at the end.